and welcome to Fat Tuesday, guys. So apparently this is a Polish holiday, and it was inspired by this pastry that I cannot pronounce correctly. It's paczki, I think. It's paczki, and it's like a donut, but it has rose jam in it. I don't even know what rose jam would taste like, but it sounds interesting. But yeah, apparently it's good enough for the Polish to want to have a gorge out day, which I'm all cool with. So today is donut or dough, anything dough related, gorge out day. Fat Thursday. It's also make a friend day, so make sure you bring extras to work if you're planning on gorging out, and share with all those people that you know who are like just acquaintances, and make that little extra effort to turn them into friends. Ask them more, say more to them than just hi. Ask them where they're from, how long they've been here, offer them some donuts, some paczki if you can find them, and yeah, celebrate Fat Thursday. It's also Inventor Day, which who does not appreciate inventors? Inventors, without them, we would not have any cool technology, which I greatly appreciate, and I think everyone else in this modern world appreciates as well. So we can all agree on that. It's also Peppermint Patty Day, which they actually encourage people to make these. And yeah, I haven't made a ton of chocolates, but it sounds like a lot of fun, and I love peppermint patties, and so does my son. Ironically, my oldest loves mint chocolate. I can't hide my mint chocolate. I gotta stop telling him when I like candy so he stops liking them too. It's like for a while I was hoping that he would love like vanilla ice cream so I could have the chocolate and Napoleon and we could just share the strawberry, but no, he prefers the chocolate too, so now there's always vanilla left. It's also a day to celebrate women in the science, math, and technology fields. Now, there is kind of like a misillusion about this. Women have been in that field for a very long time. We've just always been outnumbered. The first woman who was declared the chief physician was back in, 2700 BC. And it was we found it in a tomb, and her name was Merit Fitbat. I don't know. I think it's an Egyptian name, and I can't pronounce it. But yeah, she was declared chief physician, which means that women have always had the capability to do it. We just didn't always have the political ability, I would say. It was not always politically correct or socially acceptable for us to declare ourselves in that field. But there have been many situations throughout time where women couldn't help ourselves, and we learned anyways, and then we outshone the men of that day and age. So we are not new to the fields. We're just now socially and politically now accepted in that field, and actually encouraged in that field. And I read that 1% of the engineering graduates in 1972 were female, and now it's closer to 50-50. I think we're good. I think that's pretty awesome, even though in my classes it's definitely not 50-50, and I think it's more of preference at this point. The amount of women who are interested in that field is less than the amount of men interested in that field, which is okay. It doesn't have to be 50-50. No one is actually wanting that to be the case. They're wanting it to have the ability to be the case. So the first female engineer, I think I've already said this on this channel, but the first female engineer in the United States was Elizabeth Braggs. And what was it, 1876. And then the amazing first female to get the Nobel Prize was in 1903, and it was the physicist Madame Marie Curie. And she's a crazy woman. If you haven't heard her story, she was brilliant with physics, but she had this glowing rock. It was radioactive next to her bed as a nightlight for most of her life. And it's actually what ended up killing her, even though she was pretty old when she died anyways, but it had hollowed out her bones. And they didn't fully understand radioactivity is devastating to your body. It does so much harm to your body, and she didn't realize that, I guess, but she was brilliant for her time, just saying. It's also Don't Cry Over Spilled Milk Day, which if you've ever, okay, I used to agree. I used to be like, oh man, why would anybody cry over spilled milk? That's just silly. It's just milk. Okay, so if you've ever been a mother who worked and before shift, during the lunch, after shift, when you got home from work, before you went to bed, every 2.5 hours you pumped, which hurts, to get a little bit of milk, and then you accumulate enough milk to make a bottle, and then it spills. Okay, this has happened to me, and I bawled my eyes out because you put so much work into that little bottle of milk that it's like the miracle milk, and your child cannot live without that miracle milk. And it gets very sensitive, and you're like working so hard for such a little amount, and then it's gone. So I completely get it. That's when you would cry over spilled milk. Regular milk that you buy from the store, I don't understand why you would cry over it. It's like crying over a $5 bill. Not a big deal, especially if you just spill the whole gallon. But normally it's like a glass. But if it's breast milk, I completely understand. It's also Guitar Day. We can appreciate guitars. I just love the sound of a guitar. It's so beautiful. The first 6-string instruments in Europe were around the 1300s. There were other stringed instruments before that, but these are the closest ones. And then in the 1500s, it started resembling a modern guitar. And then the first Gibson, which revolutionized the music industry, was in 1894. It was louder, it was more durable, it like brought around rock music. Well, it allowed rock music. Rock music kind of evolved after that, especially after 1931 when the electric guitar was first established. And then we have modern rock, which I love modern rock, so I definitely appreciate the guitar. So listen to some guitar music, gorge out on some dough, or don't, but at least like you could think about it, maybe, no. And then it's also pro sports, like Sports Pros Wives Day. I think I'm saying that right. It was established in 2006, and it's really to recognize the women who are backing and supporting our pro sports players. So that was 2006. So it hasn't been around for too long. Oh wait, we're in 2021. Never mind, it's been a while. I forget, I'm getting old. Anyways, guys, happy Thursday. We're almost to the weekend, and it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. I hope it's beautiful where you are, and I hope you have a great one. Bye.